Okay, okay, can you see lab 1 assembly PC class in your screen now? Nampak tak?
Tidak.
What you see in the screen? Blank. Nothing.
Participant.
Participant. Okay, right. So let me share this one. Okay. Then okay, what about now? Can you see the slide?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Actually, normally I will be doing introductory session. Okay, the student will introduce themselves. Okay. Sebab kita tak sempat buat semalam, tapi I postpone first. Boleh tak? Sebab lepas ni you all ada kelas lain kan, betul tak? Betul.
Betul.
Okay, so untuk minggu pertama ni, okay, untuk introductory session tu kita akan buat sesi perkenalan later lah kemudian. Okay, so straight away kita akan go through with our first lab. Okay, right. So like I have mentioned earlier, okay, normally we will be doing a PC assembly. Okay. In order to save your bandwidth, in order to save your data, you may off your camera now. Okay, kalau you nak off pun boleh. Kalau you pakai Unify yang unlimited data, if you want to on the cam also can. But if you want to off the camera, you can off now lah. Okay, and you can put it in silent mode. Okay, until I call your name to give your answer for bonus mark maybe. Okay, right? So you may turn off your cam if you wish to. Okay. 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 So the content today as follows. Okay. Right. We'll be doing a PC assembly. Okay. Okay. You need to know the computer configuration, computer specification. Okay. Okay. You need to know the computer parts. Okay. Right. And then computer component. Right. Then therefore you need to find suitable components for your PC. Right. Okay. Okay. For instance, let's say your PC, you want to equip with wireless network connection, right? Therefore, you need the Wi-Fi card or network card, right? Okay. Therefore, you have to choose the correct computer components. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's say you are using laptop. Okay. And your Wi-Fi chip is already faulty. Okay, right. My question is, what is the solution? What should you do in order to have a connection with a wireless network? Who want to answer my question? Okay, your laptop, your Wi-Fi chip is faulty, rosak. Okay, therefore, currently you are not able to connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay. So, there is a solution. Okay. Anybody want to tell me to give the answer? What is the solution to be able to connect to the Wi-Fi network? Okay, volunteer please. Before I call any of you to give your answer. Doesn't matter. Even your answer is not right. Okay. Volunteer, siapa tu?
Waveform.
Waveform. Okay. What is the answer, Waveform?
Use LAN port.
Come again?
LAN port.
LAN port. Okay. So what I'm saying is you are using the laptop, okay, your laptop, and your wireless chip is faulty. You want to connect to Wi-Fi. Okay, so thank you.
External punya.
External, okay, external Wi-Fi dongle lah, connected to waveform.
Use Wi-Fi cable connector.
Kalau kita gunakan Wi-Fi, dia tak gunakan kabel lagi. Itu dah wired. Okay, tak apa. It is a good answer. they still consider to give marks. That there is no right and wrong for the time being. Okay, any other solution? You want to use Wi-Fi at your laptop, but your Wi-Fi chip is faulty in your motherboard. Anybody wants
Wi-Fi adapter.
use Wi-Fi adapter? Correct. Okay, so the solution is you may use the Wi-Fi adapter. Okay, you cucuk dekat mana? Connected to where?
USB port.
Excellent. Siapa nak bagi bonus mark tu? Yang
Syafika.
jawab Syafika. Yang jawab tadi pun Wei Feng and so on pun I already take note. Okay. And maybe I give bonus mark as well. Okay, dan also bonus mark for Fika. Okay, so you may use Wi-Fi dongle lah. So kita namakan sebagai Wi-Fi dongle. Okay, Wi-Fi dongle. Okay, you connected to the USB port. Okay, so this is the solution, right? So so if your your laptop Wi-Fi chip is faulty, don't worry. Okay, there must be a solution, or there should be a solution. Okay, you may still use the Wi-Fi network connection. Okay, by purchasing the Wi-Fi dongle. Okay. So any of you know what is the specific standard untuk Wi-Fi dongle? Okay. So standard dia, kalau IEEE, normally kita namakan dia sebagai 802.11. Any of you ever heard about this one? 802.11 class? Pernah dengar tak?
Oh,
Tak.
Ada yang pernah dengar?
pernah.
Pernah dengar.
Pernah kan? Okay.
Hmm.
Right. So currently kalau you nak beli laptop, you kena tahu spek tau. Okay. So currently yang lama adalah 802.11a, 11n, okay, B, lepas tu G. Semua ni yang dah zaman dinosaur. Ketinggalan zaman. Dia punya speed is very slow. Okay. So so normally sekarang ni kita akan cari minima pun N. 802.11n ataupun AC. 11AC ataupun yang terbaru yang belum masuk Malaysia adalah AX, right? Okay, so actually this is my field of interest lah untuk my PhD research. Okay, so later on bila saya buat group project, okay, most probably I will allow you to do group research. Okay, so if you are interested, you can do research on Wi-Fi technology lah. Okay, so are you clear class? Jelas ke?
Yes.
Okay, so the factors of choosing the right component. Okay, right? Okay, right, and then you will discover about you will description of STPC. Description for desktop PC, right? And then you will perform assembly. Okay, class, what is the meaning of assembly, class? In simple word, the word that you can expose. Assembly maksudnya apa?
Gabungkan, satukan.
Gabungkan, satukan. Siapa jawab tu? Bonus mark. Siapa tu?
Rafiq.
Rafiq. Okay. Selain pada tu, selain Rafiq, siapa lagi nak bagi jawapan?
Saya.
Okay. Saya tu?
We put it back together, the parts of PC.
Oh, very good. Siapa nama tu?
Alia Dina.
Baik sebelah?
Alia Dina.
Alia. Okay. Right. Okay, Alia Dina. Okay. Okay. So any other answer for this one? Assembling. What is the meaning of assemble? In a simple word.
Saya. Build, bina.
Bina. Okay, nama?
Anissa.
Anissa. So all your friends answer. If you want to jot down, you can jot down. Okay. Okay. But for me, the simple word, the best to describe assemble is to fix, ataupun pasang. Okay. Okay. Pasang, fix. Okay. Adalah assemble lah. Okay. Dan dia kalau you pasang, kita nama assemble. Okay. Okay. Lawan untuk pasang apa dia? Cepat. Lawan pasang apa? Any of you? Cepat kelas, kita nak habis awal ni.
Disassemble.
Disassemble, correct. Okay, so dia ada dua terms yang penting. Kenapa saya tanya? Sebab this is the most important terms in PC assembly. First one is assemble, which is pasang. The other one is disassemble, ataupun kita cabut ataupun buka. Okay. Okay, contohnya your Ethernet card, your network card is faulty, jadi you kena buka kan. So kita namakan sebagai disassemble. You buka and you find the replacement and you slot it back the Ethernet card into the expansion slot. Okay, so assemble and disassemble. Okay. Okay. Then you learn about basic input output system, BIOS. Okay, then you learn about BIOS rules, boot up the PC. Okay, dan sebagainya lah. Okay, so without further ado, we proceed with our assembly go through. Okay, okay, as usual lah. Okay, I think the best techniques ataupun approach is I'm not supposed to cover everything with you. Okay, so it is based on the student to explore in more detail lah, boleh okay, sebab dia akan jadi time consuming akan ambil masa yang lama. Okay. Okay lah, I mentioned earlier in our first lab, assemble PC. Okay, student will be allowed to assemble their own PC. So the student will be given all the scratch component. They will be given RAM. They will be given motherboard. Okay, will be given system unit. Okay, will be given hard disk cable. Okay, SATA and PATA or IDE, right? And will be given hard disk, DVD-ROM. Okay, and then okay, in group, okay, you will be asked to fix ataupun assemble the PC. So this is the most interesting part lah. If you are able to do face-to-face lab session, right? Tapi before you start assembling, you must bear in mind or must be precaution. Okay, the first step we call as preventive maintenance. Okay, preventive maintenance. Okay, any of you have any idea what is the meaning of preventive maintenance? Ada siapa-siapa nak cuba? Salah pun tak apa. Okay, very quick. Ada siapa pernah dengar perkataan preventive maintenance kelas? Pernah dengar?
Tak, sir.
Tak pernah. Okay, okay. I just want to have a reply. The first reply you can give, the quicker we can proceed. Okay. Okay. The simple example of preventive maintenance. Okay. Okay. In order to avoid electrocution ataupun electric shock. Okay. Kalau kita nak pegang electrical components ataupun kita nak pasangkan plug. Okay. Apa yang kita perlu elakkan? Supaya kita tak kena electric shock. Okay, come again.
Switch off the switch.
Tak, sekarang kita nak pasang, kita nak onkan kita punya kita punya laptop, kita nak pasangkan plug dia. Okay, my question is what is the apa precaution ataupun apa yang kita kena buat ataupun elakkan supaya kita tak kena electric shock masa kita pasang plug tu.
Jangan pegang dengan air.
Jangan pegang dengan tangan basah, right? Okay, so this is what we call as preventive maintenance. We prevent, okay, we prevent the electrocution atau electric shock, okay, by make sure our hand is dry, tak basah, because water can conduct electricity, right? So this is what we call a preventive maintenance. Okay, the first one is ensure, okay, dry hand. Okay, oh bandana. Okay, ensure dry hand. Okay, the most important thing is, okay, yang ensure dry hand tu itu
apa
kita
ni? Aku mau makan, gila lapar aku.
jawapan lain. Okay, ensure dry hand tu preventive maintenance untuk kita as a human, right? Okay, untuk untuk PC juga kita juga kena bear in mind the preventive maintenance. Kita nak prevent the component from faulty, kita nak pastikan komponen yang kita pegang tu bila kita pegang tak rosak. Can you get what I mean, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jadi macam mana kita nak elakkan bila kita pegang komponen terosak? Satu, betul jugalah, ensure dry hand jugalah. Kalau tangan kita basah, dia akan effect dia punya chip, dia akan ada watermark kan. Okay. Apa lagi in your opinion? In order to prevent the component from faulty.
Replace the component.
Kita well grounded.
Okay. Second one yang saya tak dengar, siapa tu? Kuah.
Waveform.
Waveform, okay. Pada set, waveform?
Pastikan kita well grounded.
Okay, well grounded Maybe that's why in the lab, okay, you need to wear rubber shoes sebab dia akan prevent electricity daripada continuation, right? Okay, so in between our body, okay, and ground actually dia ada connection. Jadi bila kita wear rubber shoes, okay, there will be an insulator, okay, ataupun second one is a whole, okay, component by insulator. Okay, insulator, not conductor. Okay, so those that learn about electricity know about this lah. Okay, insulator is actually kita hold yang wire yang pada bat dia tu. Nampak tak kelas? Can you get what I mean? Pada bat tu contoh yang color kelabu kan. Kalau you pegang you punya plug tu, when you hold the plug or you hold the wire, you rasa kena electric shock tak? Tak kan? Sebab itu kita namakan sebagai insulator. Okay. Tapi kalau you gatal-gatal ataupun adik you gigit wire tu kan, okay, yang you nampak dalam dia kan color macam gold kan. Okay. Okay. Cuba you pegang tu. Itu kita namakan sebagai conductor. Right? So actually inside yang wire yang you pegang, you tak kena electric shock tu adalah insulator. But kalau you buat stripping, okay, ataupun you nak masukkan 3 wires to the 3-pin plug, siapa pernah buat? Any of you? Masukkan you nak install the wires kepada 3-pin plug, siapa pernah buat?
Saya.
Okay. You kena strip kan? You kena buka dia punya wire yang color-color dekat luar kan, betul?
Betul.
Itu yang sebenarnya you buang dia punya insulator, dan yang di dalam insulator tu kita namakan sebagai conductor, right? Okay, so whole component by the insulator, okay, not conductor. Okay, the third one is pernah tak you pergi Sogo? Siapa pernah pergi Sogo?
Pernah.
Pernah kan? Okay. Kalau you pergi Sogo, okay, you pegang dia punya shopping cart apa shopping cart tu kita panggil?
Trolley.
Trolley, right. Kalau you pegang trolley tu, okay, pernah tak you rasa macam ada shock current kalau you pegang besi dia?
Pernah.
Pernah kan? Sebab apa? Sebab badan kita ni ada statik tau. Okay, pernah tak you pegang kawan you ataupun kawan you terpegang you rasa macam kena current? Pernah tak?
Pernah.
Okay, sebab apa? Sebab our body is actually have a electrostatic discharge ataupun ESD. Okay, electrostatic discharge yang mana when you hold the component, okay, actually you will transmit your charge to the component dan komponen tu akan rosak. Okay, so in order to prevent ESD ataupun electrostatic discharge, okay, so I have to remind this one before you start doing or working with component. Okay, in order to prevent ESD, okay, what you need to do adalah you kena pegang any metal component. Contohnya you pegang grill ke, okay, bila you pegang grill, sebenarnya sebelum you pegang electric component, contohnya you nak pegang Ethernet card. Okay, you nak pegang Ethernet card, right? Okay, kita tak nak you punya body static tu discharge kepada komponen. Okay, so the first thing is you need to do adalah, if you in the lab, you can hold the grill. Bila you pegang grill, sebenarnya you akan discharge static sekejap lah. kepada grill tu. Jadi bila you pegang komponen, okay, jadi sebahagian statik tu dah tak ada lagi lah. Okay, okay, you get what I mean, class? Class?
Yes, yes.
So you can discharge. Okay, you can discharge your body static. Okay. Okay, ataupun electrostatic. Okay, you can discharge your body static. Okay, by holding any metal component. Okay, tapi jangan pula you pegang metal component yang live wire, yang conductor. Instead of you nak discharge static, you nak selamatkan komponen, you pula mati. So you have to make sure that the steel ataupun the steel that you want to performing the electrostatic discharge tu, okay, adalah it's not a live wire lah, ataupun don't have the electric connection. Okay, I hope you are clear about this. Okay, so without further ado, so actually this part should be a bit time consuming lah. Sebab it is the most important parts to precaution lah. Sebab kita tak nak okay, we have to bear safety in mind. Safety of the students, safety of you, it is the prime concern lah. Okay, the most important is the safety of the students. Okay, right? Kita tak nak student yang masuk lab, okay, dia masuk tapi dia tak keluar sebab dah mati. Okay, so we don't want that kind of situation, right? Tapi and on the other hand, kita juga tak nak komponen rosak. Jadi kita want to perform the preventive maintenance for two situation. Okay, in order to save human as well as to save the component. Okay, so itu kita namakan sebagai preventive maintenance. Okay, by the end of this section, students should be able to identify the yes.
Screen hilang. Screen hilang.
Screen hilang Okay, I share again. Thank you for telling me. Tak tahu kenapa hilang. Okay, share again. Okay, since when screen hilang? Dah lama ke baru?
Baru.
Okay, ada tak sekarang?
Ada.
Ada.
Okay, second one, choosing and select assemble the main component of the PC. So normally you will be doing assembly lah in the lab. Okay, tapi sebelum you need to assemble, okay, kalau you beli komponen, selalu you beli dekat mana kelas? Biasanya lah, kalau tempat yang glamour dekat Malaysia ni dekat mana? Kalau you nak beli komponen ataupun Loyat kan? Okay, ataupun Imbi Plaza kan? Okay, tapi sebelum you pergi Loyat, you kena tahulah apa you nak beli. Contohnya you nak beli additional 4GB RAM. Okay. Okay. Then if you want to buy 4GB RAM, you have to open your motherboard ataupun you have to open your PC ataupun your laptop. You must make sure that there are empty slot. Okay. Ataupun untuk RAM kita namakan sebagai RAM bank. Okay. Macam kita simpan duit dekat bank, right? Bank rakyat. Okay, Standard Chartered, right? Okay. Bila kita nak insert the RAM, kita masukkan dekat RAM bank. Tapi sebelum you beli, you kena identify the suitable component dulu. Jadi you kena buka laptop dan you kena buka PC, you kena tengok ada tak dia punya empty RAM bank. Kalau tak ada, you kena fikirkan the other alternative. Okay, sama ada you kena buka RAM yang lama dan you kena pastikan RAM bank yang kosong tu boleh tak, compatible tak dengan 8GB RAM for one piece. So this is early plan before you buy the component. Lepas tu barulah you akan assemble the component. Okay, and the third part is to troubleshoot certain condition. Okay, troubleshoot bermaksud kita cari what is the solution for problem. Okay, okay. I would like to ask you one question. Okay, let's say after you have assembled the component, okay, kita refer kepada the third objective. Troubleshoot certain condition occurs after assembly the PC. Okay, after you assemble the PC, okay, when you press the on button at your PC is not turning on. Okay, so you need to perform a step we call as troubleshooting steps. Okay, so in your opinion, selepas you dah pasang komponen, tapi PC you tak boleh on. You rasa apa masalah dia? What is the problem could be? Or what is the solution? Quick class. Cuba je, salah tak apa. Dengar tak? Ataupun saya
Komponen rosak.
komponen rosak. Okay, satu komponen rosak. Okay, so how to troubleshoot the komponen rosak? Quite difficult kan? Ataupun itu adalah step yang paling quite quite tricky lah ataupun quite complex kan? Okay, right. Thank you. Siapa jawab tu?
Aina.
Aina. Okay. Selain pada tu, siapa nak jawab? What is the first troubleshooting steps that you can perform if after you assemble the PC is not turning on? Okay. Siapa lagi nak jawab? Tengok nama siapa ada?
Check the power supply.
Come again. Very good answer actually. Siapa tu?
Check the power supply wafer.
Okay, wafer Right. Okay, so that is the best answer. The first troubleshooting steps. Okay, troubleshooting steps ni sebenarnya kita kena troubleshoot from the simplest solution dulu. Barulah kita pergi to the most complex solution, which is the faulty component. Okay, so the first one, the best answer is like wafer lah. Okay, firstly check the power supply. Okay, right. So most probably bila you assemble the component, okay, when you press the on button, your PC is not turning on. Okay, so the first thing is you have to make sure that you have inserted the power supply cable. Okay, so mungkin disebabkan oleh minor problem ataupun minor steps macam tu, you dah buang banyak duit sampai you kena bawa PC you kepada computer shop in order to troubleshoot. Lepas tu dia pun tipu you, dia kata oh benda ni rosak, benda tu rosak. Okay, sebenarnya the solution is just simple, just putting in the power cord or power supply cable. Okay, you get what I mean, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so itu kita namakan sebagai troubleshooting. Troubleshooting in certain errors ataupun problem occurs after you assemble the PC. Okay, we go fast lah sebab kita dah pukul 10 sekarang. Okay, you need to have this component. Okay, software and hardware. Okay, so software and hardware, it is just like us human lah. Okay, for us human, okay. Okay, for us human, kita ada spirit. Okay, kita ada spirit, okay, ataupun roh ataupun nyawa. Okay, dan kita ada jasad. Okay, kita ada body. Okay, oh kita ada jasad. Okay, right. Okay, same goes to computer component. Okay, so they have to need to have these two component, which is the software, or it is equivalent to spirit of human. Then they also need the hardware, or it is equivalent to body lah ataupun our jasad, right? Okay, so the first thing is you need to assemble the PC components. Okay, right. After you have assembled the PC component, okay, you need to give them the spirit ataupun nyawa ataupun roh. Okay, so the roh is the operating system. Okay, so the first step is assemble the PC. The second step is to install the operating system. So these are the steps. Okay, right. Okay, so this one I have go through with you earlier. Before you buy the component, okay, you need to know what you need to buy. Okay, right. So let's say you have to find what is the suitable RAM for your PC. Let's say your PC can only compatible to support until 4 gig RAM. Okay, therefore you should not purchase 8 gig RAM, because if you buy 8 gig RAM and you try to slot into your RAM banks, it will not working correctly because it is not compatible. So this is what we call as compatibility, right? So you need to know what you need to buy. Okay, right? Right, you can either ask the computer shop or you can refer to the specs of your motherboard. Okay, So what is the compatibility of your motherboard? Okay, and then instead of asking the computer expert, okay, you need to gather information. Okay, what you need to do, let's say you want to connect to Wi-Fi, okay, so you can browse the internet lah. You go to Shopee or Mudah, you can find the range of prices. Okay, either you want to buy from Shopee ataupun you want to buy from Loyat. But at least you have beforehand lah. You boleh tahu harga tu sebelum you kena tipu dekat Loyat, right? Okay, therefore kalau you dah tahu harga dia, bila you pergi Loyat, you boleh tahu dah sama ada the seller is trying to cheat you, or it is the genuine price, or it is a genuine component. Okay, right? Okay, and then you can look into the types of brand. Okay, so normally kita akan pergi kepada brand which is most reputable ataupun brand yang paling terkenal lah, ataupun the best brand. Okay, contohnya for network cable ataupun for network card, kita akan cari D-Link ke, kan? Ataupun zaman dulu kita ada Tricom, okay? Or in recent days kita ada Huawei, right? Okay, so most probably kalau network component kita akan gunakan Tricom lah ataupun D-Link. Okay, and then compare the prices, okay, and then based on your budgets lah. So you can check your budget, whether you have the enough budget. If you have enough budget, you can go for the highest spec ataupun yang paling better quality. The other one is you need to ensure that the component have a warranty. Okay, jangan simply buy any components, because some of the component is not long lasting ataupun dia adalah imitate component. So make sure that there are warranty, so that let's say the warranty is 1 year. Okay, let's say your device faulty in a few days or few months, you can bring the component back to the shop and ask them to replace the component. Okay. Okay, for choosing the component, okay, so what you need to do adalah you need to install the components such as the power supply, okay, motherboard, okay, processor, RAM, and so on. Okay, so the power supply, you need to make sure there is appropriate voltage that compatible with your motherboard. Okay, dan dia punya electric current tu kita namakan sebagai alternating current ataupun AC, right? Okay, kalau you pakai laptop, okay, you can take out your your power cord dan gunakan bateri. Okay, bila you gunakan bateri itu kita namakan sebagai DC. Okay, bila you gunakan bateri itu nama dia adalah DC. Okay, DC short form to direct current. Okay. Tapi kalau you guna your PC, you connect to the power cord, itu kita gunakan AC ataupun alternating current. So the most dangerous one is the AC lah, sebab dia boleh cause electrocution. Okay. And then you need to buy the motherboard. And then you need to find the compatible processor with your motherboard. Okay, and then you need to buy the compatible RAM. Okay, and you need hard disk as well. Okay, okay, and as alternative, okay, you can buy a Blu-ray. Okay, Blu-ray kita namakan sebagai optical drive lah. Okay, right. And then you need the video cards ataupun VGA card. Okay, okay, if your PC don't have the VGA port or VGA card, okay, therefore you cannot see your application software, or you cannot see how the PC functioning, sebab there is no port ataupun there is no place to plug in your monitor cable. Okay, therefore you need to have the VGA card. Okay, so other component important is keyboard, mouse, monitor. Okay, so I go through with you very fast. Okay, the first one is gather the computer components, power supply and connection. Kalau zaman dulu kita ada AT and ATX. Okay. Okay, and then you need a CPU which is the brain of computers, and then you need a cooling fan. Yang mana cooling fan ni kita akan put on top of your processor. Why? Sebab processor is the brain of computer. Bila dia banyak proses, dia akan panas. Okay, dia punya otak dia akan panas, dan bila otak dia akan panas, dia boleh cair. Bila dia cair, dia macam konsep manusia lah, brain dead. Maksudnya sistem tu akan terbakar dan akan rosak. Okay. Okay, jadi to prevent overheat, kita perlukan cooling fan ataupun heat sink. So heat sink tu kita letak on top of the CPU, dan dia akan disperse the heat ataupun dia akan sebar atau dia akan buang heat from the CPU ataupun processor, right? Then we need the motherboard and memory ataupun RAM. Okay. So memory can be subdivided into two, either RAM or ROM. Okay. Okay. And the other one is the virtual memory lah. Okay. Then the other types of memory is your hard disk. Okay. So the hard disk, okay, short form dia adalah HDD. Okay, juga adalah memory. Okay, hard disk drive. Okay, HDD. Also dia adalah memory. Okay. Okay, lepas tu you akan discover about BIOS ataupun basic input output system. Okay, BIOS, right? Okay, so BIOS ni adalah initial software that located in the ROM chip. Okay, so BIOS ni dia akan ajar PC how to start. Okay, firstly dia akan check the component whether it is connected correctly or not. Okay, lepas tu dia need to make sure whether the operating system have been installed. Okay. Right. So if you talk about the details for the PC component, you can see this one lah. Okay. Yang ni adalah specs yang ketinggalan zaman Okay. Zaman dulu lah. Okay. So you need to know the CPU. Okay. Okay. What is the speed? Okay. Or the specs of the CPU. Okay. Gigahertz. Normally the unit is gigahertz. Okay. Right. And then kita boleh ada cache memory. Okay. Heatsink, motherboard. Okay. RAM. Okay. So normally kita tak guna lagi 1 giga kan, because nowadays kita akan gunakan about 4 giga or 8 giga right. Okay, IDE cable pun kita dah tak pakai dah sekarang, mostly akan gunakan SATA or PATA. Okay, SATA. So you can research further afterward lah. Okay, right. IDE ni adalah kabel yang kita connect to the hard disk ataupun floppy disk ataupun Blu-ray disk. Okay, power supply. Okay, hard disk. Okay, this hard disk is already outdated, ketinggalan zaman. Kita tak gunakan 4 gig lagi. Hard disk kita normally adalah 1 tera or half tera. Okay, okay, monitor. Okay, so can use monitor ataupun we can use LCD laptop. Okay, or LED, right? Okay. Okay, and then DVD or Blu-ray. Okay, right. Okay, so this is the component that you need to use in order to assemble PC. Okay, you need a Phillips screwdriver. Okay. Okay, or you can, in other words, for Phillips screwdriver, dia adalah plus screwdriver. Sebab apa? Sebab shape dia adalah dalam bentuk plus. Okay. Okay, and the other one is the minus screwdriver. Okay. Okay, and then when maybe you need a long nose ataupun pliers in order to take out some of the components. Okay. Okay, so this is the typical components. So this is what we call as computer case or system unit, and then the motherboard. Okay, and then the processor. Okay, so this processor we will take it and install to the processor slot. Okay, kita akan masukkan kepada processor slot. Okay. Okay, and then this is the RAM. Okay. Okay, this is the heatsink. Okay, in order to cool our CPU. Okay, so heatsink ni, sorry. Okay, I minimize a bit. Sorry, I'm coughing a lot. Okay, so heatsink ni kita akan ambil dan kita akan pasang ke atas CPU. Dan CPU ni kita akan masukkan kepada CPU slot dekat motherboard. Okay, right. Okay, floppy disk ni dah ketinggalan zaman, orang dah tak pakai. Okay, dah zaman dinosaur. And this is the power supply. Okay, this is the optical drive such as DVD ataupun Blu-ray. And then this is your hard disk, right? So interface hard disk ni adalah dalam bentuk IDE. So in recent days kita tak guna IDE lagi, kita gunakan SATA or PATA. And this is the power connection. Yang mana power connection ni kita ambil satu power connection yang ni kita masukkan ke belakang power connection of our hard disk. And the other one kita masukkan ke dalam DVD punya connection. Okay, excuse me for Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, kita without further ado kita teruskan. Okay, can you see the screen class? Masih lagi nampak screen ni? Nampak?
Yes.
Okay.
Nampak.
Teruskan. Okay, so by right bila kita buat dalam lab dia akan lagi lebih pantas lah. Sebab sambil you pegang komponen kita terus buat. Tapi bila kita gunakan online ni dia jadi little bit slow sikit. Right? Okay, so ini adalah image untuk IDE cable. Okay, yang kita tak pakai lagi, kita gunakan SATA. Okay, right? Sorry. Okay, this is NIC card. Okay, NIC card ni kita insert kepada NIC ataupun expansion slot. Keyboard you tahu, VGA card. Okay, in order to connect our cable untuk monitor, kita perlu ada VGA card ataupun VGA port lah. Okay, right? So kalau untuk latest laptop kita tak pakai VGA kan? Kita pakai apa kelas? In order to connect to PC ataupun in order to connect to monitor ataupun TV, kita gunakan apa? Daripada letter H, apa dia?
HDMI? No.
Okay, excellent. Siapa tu?
Nur Hasanah Ali.
Sana. So in recent days kita tak guna VGA port lagi, kita gunakan HDMI port ataupun HDMI cable. Right? Okay, very good. Okay. Okay, assembling the PC. We go very fast. Okay, install the processor. Okay, so this is the motherboard. Okay, so you nampak this is the motherboard slot Okay, the socket processor slot. Okay, right. So you nampak yang color ni kan, ini adalah latch. Alamak, tak keluar pula. Okay, so ini adalah latch. Okay, okay, so bila you nak pasang komponen tu, you kena tarik keluar latch dan you insert the processor. Mana processor? Okay, processor bawah pula. Okay, tak apalah. Okay, dan you akan masukkan CPU ke dalam slot ni. Okay, lepas tu you akan close the latch. Okay, right? Okay, so that is the basic component. Okay, okay, precaution do not force press. Okay, sebab normally slot dia ni bila you masukkan ni, okay, dia biasanya dia akan easily inserted. Maksudnya tak perlu tekan. Okay, bila you guide je processor tu, okay, you guide je processor ke dalam slot tu, dia senang je masuk. Tapi kalau you need to push, bermaksud dia akan ada tendency that dia punya kaki chip itu rosak ataupun patah. Okay, so don't force. Okay, so because you want to prevent the pins from broken. Okay, right. Okay, so this is the image of the processor that already being inserted lah. Okay, okay, lepas tu you close the latch lah. Ada satu latch. This is the latch. Then you close the latch. Okay, you put down. Okay, right. Okay, so this is locking the processor in which we close the latch. Okay, then this is the motherboard. Cuba nampak. So this is the motherboard and this is the CPU or the processor. Okay, and then after that, atas kepala processor tu you insert the heatsink fan. Okay, you put the heatsink fan in order to cool down the processor bila dia proses. Okay, okay, lepas tu you insert the RAM into RAM bank. So this is the RAM bank. Okay, so selagi kita ada empty slot kita boleh masukkan RAM bank. Tapi bukan simply kita boleh masuk sebab different motherboard dia ada different types of RAM banks. Setengah ada DDR, setengah DIMM, setengah SIM, setengah SODIMM. Okay, dan even though dia punya tu adalah DDR RAM, you kena tengok juga spec because of the motherboard can only accept 4 GB of RAM in one piece. Okay, kalau you beli 8 GB of RAM one piece, bila you masukkan dia boleh masuk but it is not functioning because it is not compatible. So please write down the word compatibility. Okay, right? Okay, when you want to insert the RAM, okay, you just press the RAM, okay, without a heavy force, okay, dan dia akan automatically close the latch. Okay, dan bila you tekan je, okay, latch tu akan automatically close. Jadi kalau you nak open the RAM, you just press the latch outside. So latch tu akan RAM tu akan automatically keluar. Okay. So what you see here, if you dealing with the PC, saya besarkan dulu if you see here, okay, right, this is the back of your PC. Okay, dekat belakang PC you akan nampak this is the VGA port VGA port. Okay, ini adalah PC zaman dinosaur Okay, PC zaman dulu kala. Okay, kita ada keyboard and mouse. Okay, keyboard and mouse dia ada different port. Okay, okay, can you imagine sekarang semua pakai USB ni kan? Okay, tapi zaman dulu setiap komponen dia punya port dia berlainan. Okay, port ni adalah place where we connect the devices with the cable. Okay, macam airport, north port, Klang port kan. Airport bermaksud kita nak connect from overseas to Malaysia ataupun from state to state, right? Same goes to word port. Okay, in computer organization, ports means the place where we connect the device with the motherboard. Okay, okay, right. So this one is the VGA port, this is the USB port, and this is the LAN port ataupun network port lah, right? And this is the sound port kalau kita nak connect kepada speaker and so on, right? Okay, so in the early step we will see the port is empty. Sebab apa? Sebab kita belum masukkan motherboard. After you have inserted the motherboard, then you can see the ports at the back of your PC. Okay, right? Okay, after you have done, this is the monitor or this is the motherboard that you have inserted all the component, the CPU, the RAM. Okay, then you need to screw, okay, to the system unit ataupun you need to screw to the casing. Okay, right? Proceed. Okay. So this is the back of your PC. Then you need to screw at the back of your PC with the power supply. So this is the power supply. Okay, and this is the your casing with installed with the motherboard. Right, and then you connect the power supply to the motherboard. Okay, power supply cable to the motherboard. Okay. Okay, once again do not press force. Lepas tu you masukkan this IDE cable, okay, in order to connect your hard disk. Okay, I go very fast. Right. Okay, right. So in recent days kita tak guna IDE lagi, kita gunakan SATA and PATA. Okay, right. Okay, this is the back of your hard disk. You boleh tengok this is IDE kita ada banyak pin. Okay, so pin ni lah kita okay, so this is the pin, the place where we connect the cable lah. Okay, we connect the IDE cable, and this is the place where we connect the power source or power cable from the power supply. Okay, right. And the other one is the jumper settings, right? Okay, jumper settings ni sebab your PC can accommodate more than one hard disk. Okay, some of you can accommodate 2 hard disk, some can accommodate 4 hard disk, right? Jadi satu daripada hard disk tu you kena set dia sebagai master and the other you save sebagai slave. Okay. Okay, so this is the power cable we connect to the back of your hard disk from power supply. Okay, and then you screw the hard disk to the casing. Okay, make sure precaution in mind, safety of you and safety of the component. Okay, the precaution ataupun preventive maintenance of component, please do not press force. Okay, but bila you press force, dia akan ada tendency the pin will broken ataupun patah. Okay, so kita masukkan IDE cable the back of your hard disk ataupun SATA ataupun PATA cable. Okay, lepas tu you masukkan power supply. Okay, daripada power supply kepada back of your hard disk. Right? Okay. Okay, the other parts of the cable we connect to the motherboard. Okay, barulah dia connected to the PC. Right? Okay, and then you can install the expansion card. So ini contoh expansion card, contohnya you punya LAN ataupun Ethernet card in order to connect to the LAN cable. Okay, you slot in into the expansion slot. Okay, dan lagi satu end dia akan terkeluar at the back of your PC. Jadi you boleh masukkan network cable. Okay. Okay, then this one I minimize a bit. Right, selepas you dah siap pasang, okay, you need to boot your PC. Okay, boot ataupun start. Semua pernah dengar perkataan boot kan? Okay, right. So you can either start, okay, ataupun normally kita namakan dia sebagai boot. Okay, boot your PC, right? Okay, so booting process dia akan initiate with the basic input output system, yang mana, okay, sebelum kita bagi nyawa, okay, jadi bila baby dilahirkan dia dah ada nyawa kan? Okay, jadi nyawa daripada PC yang kita belum install operating system tu datang daripada BIOS ni, datang daripada ROM, okay, daripada ROM chip. Okay, right. So BIOS is actually being stored in the ROM chip. Okay, so ROM is the read-only memory, bermaksud, okay, dia punya data dekat dalam ROM ni never lost. Okay, never lost. Okay, never lost. Dia tak akan hilang lah. Okay, sama ada kita shut down the PC ataupun kita on the PC, the memory in the ROM will always be there. Okay, okay, jadi lawan untuk ROM adalah RAM. RAM. Okay, RAM konsep dia adalah volatile. Okay, volatile means that, okay, the memory in RAM, okay, only available when the power is on. Okay, so if you turn off your PC, the memory in RAM will lost. Okay, so itu adalah beza RAM and ROM. Okay, right. So bila you turn on the PC, okay, the PC will do the first thing kita namakan sebagai power on self test, right? Let me close first. Okay. Okay, so the BIOS, okay, first thing dia akan buat post ataupun power on self test. Okay, power on self test ni, selepas you dah pasang semua komponen dan you dah pasang dia punya power cord, okay, bila you turn on the on button, okay, the ROM will check, okay, whether all the component is connected properly or not. Okay, let's say your RAM is not inserted ataupun you tak masukkan RAM. Okay, dia akan bagi you alert dalam bentuk beeping. Beep beep beep. Okay, some beeping pattern will indicate what is the problem. Okay, so itu kita namakan sebagai power on self test being done by BIOS. Okay, dia akan check, okay, the PC is turned on, they make sure the hardware is attached properly. Okay, right. So bila during the post activities, okay, dia akan check whether your RAM have inserted, your hard disk already being plugged in properly. Kalau you tak plug in, okay, you cannot proceed, you cannot on your PC. Tapi ROM ni dia akan bagi indication lah, ataupun dia bagi alert message dalam bentuk beeping. Okay, right. Activation on different cards, computers, BIOS and so on. Okay, make sure it installed properly. Okay, okay, manage the data flow between computers and OS. Itu adalah tugas untuk BIOS. Okay, and then to store data, date, time and system configuration. Okay, so actually ROM being powered by battery. So you tengok, kalau you tengok dekat motherboard, dia ada satu bateri yang macam bateri jam. Okay, so that is the battery to power the BIOS lah, ataupun CMOS. Okay, pertama untuk BIOS adalah CMOS ataupun complementary metal oxide semiconductor, which is non-volatile. Okay, tadi saya sebut volatile RAM kan? Sorry, dah sebut jawapan pula. Tadi saya sebut volatile kan? So what is the example of volatile memory class?
ROM.
RAM.
RAM.
Okay. Volatile adalah RAM. Very good. Good try. Okay, non-volatile adalah ROM ataupun CMOS. Nampak So dalam midterm mungkin dia akan tanyalah differentiate between RAM and ROM. Okay, right. So this is the normal sequence of BIOS. Apa BIOS akan buat? Okay, so BIOS firstly dia akan check the CMOS setup. Okay, provide detailed information. Okay, okay, make sure hardware and software already being put it properly. Okay, then dia akan loading the interrupt handler. Okay, BIOS will act as a translator. Okay, between hardware and operating system. So itu adalah tugas BIOS. BIOS tu dia akan jadi macam bridge ataupun orang tengah antara hardware dengan operating system. Okay. Okay, and then dia akan initialize the registers and power. Okay. Lepas tu dia akan perform the post. I mentioned to you just now, right? The power on self test. Dia akan check whether you have inserted the component properly. Kalau you tak masukkan RAM, dia akan keluar beeping indication ataupun alert. Okay. ataupun finally dia akan display the system message on your monitor, right? So ini adalah tugas ataupun steps under BIOS. So please bear in mind this is the popular question dalam lab test ataupun midterm exam. Okay, right. So when you boot the PC, okay, suddenly this error appear, non-system disk or this error. Okay, why? Sebab maybe you tak connect cable ataupun your hard disk is not yet installed with operating system, right? Therefore, you need to insert the bootable DVD lah in order to install the operating system. Okay, right. Okay, lepas tu kita boleh enter the BIOS setup. Okay, BIOS setup kita boleh masuk. Kita boleh tengok you punya hard disk configuration. Okay, by pressing escape, okay, delete F1 or F2. Okay, so bila you firstly install your component, when you turn on the on power button, okay, the first thing is you need to enter the BIOS setup. Sebab kita nak check you punya hard disk whether it is correct ataupun whether it is being configured properly ataupun tidak. Okay, by pressing escape, delete ataupun so on. Okay, right. So when you enter the setup, okay, you'll be able to troubleshoot the PC problem. Okay, right. And if you able to enter the BIOS setup, you will able to troubleshoot the PC problem. Okay. Okay, so this is among the troubleshooting steps or checklist. Firstly, check all the connectors. Make sure it is plugged in properly. Okay. Okay, make sure power supply is connected and switch on. Okay. Check the monitor video card whether you have inserted or you have connected with the VGA cable ataupun HDMI cable, right? Okay, I have mentioned to you just now, right? The beeping codes, right? Okay, so beeping codes will indicate what is the problem. Let's say beep beep indicates that you have not inserted the RAM. Okay, so the beeping codes will show you ataupun will alert you there is a problem with the installation. Okay, right. And the other one is also error messages lah. Error message will appear on your screen, just like this one, macam ni. Okay. Non-system disk or system error. Okay, ini kerana your PC is not yet installed with operating system. Okay. Okay. And then after you have installed the operating system, you can boot up your PC, right? Okay. So the beeping sound will indicate what is the problem, right? So 0 beep means that there is no problem lah. Okay, no problem. Okay, biasanya sama ada no problem ataupun power related problem lah. Sebab apa? Kalau tak ada beep, ada kemungkinan your PC cannot on at all. Jadi bila tak boleh on at all, memang tak ada bunyi beep lah, right? Okay. So 1, 2, 3 beeps indicates there is a successful post. Okay. Kalau kita ada 4, 5, 7 and 10 beeps indicates the motherboard has a serious problem. Okay, right? Kalau 6 beeps, okay, indicates the motherboard has a separate keyboard controller and so on, right? Okay, and the following steps is to format and partition your hard disk. Okay, right. I think that's all for me now. Okay, so you can continue with the exercises. Okay, okay, describe each of the component. Okay, right. So this one normally we will describe in our lab session, right? Tapi you can try to do by your own. Okay, okay. So this is the motherboard. We have the socket connector for the CPU, right? And then kita ada DDR slot ataupun RAM banks. Okay, and then kita ada ATX power connector. Okay, lepas tu kita ada hard disk drive connector, right? Lepas tu kita ada expansion slot. Okay, so this is all the expansion slot. Okay, right? And then this is we have the USB port. Okay, and this is the other ports lah yang kita ada dekat back of your PC. Okay, right? Okay, the second one is find out the function available for each the following labels. Okay, so okay, dia dah bagi jawapan. Okay, so yang saya share ni adalah yang dah siap jawapan. Okay, so sepatutnya saya share yang kosong. tapi doesn't matter lah. So you can straight away get the answer, right? Okay, what I need you to do is I want you to submit the student activity question. Okay, later on I will provide the link in ULearn and you have to answer all these questions. Okay, and submit the answer towards the link that I will post in ULearn. Okay, right. So I believe by that indicates the end of our lecture today lah. Okay, ada apa-apa soalan before we go for breakfast? Any question?
No, sir.
No question, right? If no question, I would like to thank you for the time with my lab session, right? And I hope to see you again in the following session. So please bear in mind the submissions that I need you to do, such as the introductory submission, as well as the first lab submission. Okay, right. With that, we end our lesson for Muslim with Tasbih Kifarah and Surah Wal-As. Okay, thank you all. Alfad. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Good.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank
Sir.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Bye-bye, sir.